Unfortunately, the result is just the opposite. If a new life is to be born, its seed has to be dead. Only through abandonment and oblivion can souls walk from emptiness towards rebirth.
What is your prescription? Found me. Flowers bloom for tomorrow.
Have some fun. Rise and shine.
Come to me. You can't run.
Time for some sweet dreams.
Stars, shine for the heroes. You want to take advantage? I'll take it on. Our cute, with enough believers, lives become reality. Gotcha.
Next time it rains,
It's my turn to shine.
I'll be there, umbrella in hand. Next time it rains, I'll be there, umbrella in hand.
Flowers bloom for tomorrow.
Stop messing around again. Again. Again.
Found me. Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. Rewrite destruction with me.
It's time to end this. Return March 7th to us, and end this pointless conflict.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just need some time to deal with some unnecessary... The encryption key written by those geniuses is already invalid. How about we play a game? Don't worry. It won't take long. I understand it's too difficult for you to treat the Chrysos heirs as extrapolated data. Then why don't we assume for now that they're living, breathing humans? Now, the cosmos will face an unprecedented catastrophe. And your choice will determine the fate of countless planets. On the one side are companions who've weathered every storm with you. They fought with everything they've got and obtained a 1% chance of victory. However, should you choose that 1%, there'll be massive sacrifices, no matter the outcome. On the other side, there's a simple button. The Oblivion will burn away all traces of their existence, as well as your entire memory of this trip. But it will also halt the brewing catastrophe and spare the universe from destruction. Those who are to be sacrificed will be fully aware of the decision you need to make. There will be no concealment or deception. Tell me, you're right. This choice is meaningless and unimportant. The only interesting thing is the number of people making that choice. I've just posed the same question to Dan Heng. The answer doesn't matter. Now,
Wait! Cyrene? Another damsel in distress rescue!
Still think you can do something, little pink memo sprite? What weapons do you have to stand against me? Besides your somewhat witty words.
Don't underestimate me. Besides my stir-up ripples of past...
What?
We don't have time for endless chatter at crucial moments like this. Quick, friend! Take the shot! Make sure you get no time to explain. Well done. Now leave the rest to us.
This is a light cone made from someone's... Oh, and there's a harmony entwined with it. Looks like we meet again.
I know you mean that as a compliment, but as for the word naive, I think I'll give you that one back.
Welcome to Ides Elysiae, a small village shrouded by the veil of Evernight. Now, this memory will also belong to you. Let's give you a taste of your own medicine. With my home as the inspiration, I've created this maze. Hope you like it, Miss Evernight.
Quite perceptive little memo sprite. But with just you and that Harmony's little birdie. So, tell me.
I really didn't think that this, but at least when it comes to brains, I've still got the edge. My brilliant...
Oh. In that split second when we switched bodies. With your last flicker, you hid yourself within the Titan's veil.
Huh? But my plan was super...
History books, diaries, and photo stones are all perfect catalysts for memories.
That's right. So when I hear her press the shutter, even if there's just a teeny bit of my consciousness left, I'd whoosh right into the camera.
But if you put it like that, aren't you leaving a lot to chance?
No way. She will definitely be snapping away all over Amphorius, because she promised me to take photos. I'm guaranteed to run into her eventually.
True. You really know her well. Miss Evernight, let's be real. My amateur skills aren't enough to keep someone like you contained. But if March 7th were here, that would be a different story. Because there's no way for you to ignore her. Right?
Fine. Lay it on me then. After going on such a long detour, what exactly do you want to do now?
First, I want to thank you for protecting her and Dan Heng. But what you did later went way too far. So, while there's still time...
There is something that truly puzzles me. How did you find yourself again? After giving up all your memories and becoming an empty soul.
Looks like you aren't so omnipotent or omniscient after all. The answer is simple. I have been dozing inside the camera all along, and I accompanied her during her entire journey. So when she told Cyrene in this cycle about her interstellar travels, those memories of journeying with the Express entered my mind as well. I may still be far from the complete March 7th, but these memories were more than enough to fight you.
So, you know what led up to this, and what followed, right? Go ahead. Tell me.
Why? Isn't even through a camera lens. I know that the love, hate, and struggles that happened in Amphorius were the same as what real living people experience.
Same old topic. I already got her to make a choice. The weights on each side of the scale are far too unequal. When destruction looms, trying to preserve everything only means sacrificing everything.
Well, take a step back. Before we ask this question, have you ever really thought about it? What right do we really have to make choices for others? If the cosmos were nothing more than a bigger Akama, ruled by a so-called imperator, maybe then she'd have the right to weigh both sides and decide for us all. But the truth is, we're just a bunch of nameless. Even with everyone calling her Deliverer, I believe that she hasn't forgotten that the meaning of Trailblaze is to explore, understand, establish, and connect. It's not about standing above the cosmos as some kind of savior. It's about walking alongside every world within it. So don't try to guilt trip me with stuff like necessary sacrifices. The Express crew is immune to these baseless accusations. Besides, and this is just an example, if Madame Herta wanted to, she could have whipped out her imaginary weapon any time and blasted this scepter to bits. Because, according to your logic, the lives of a few nameless are nothing compared to a Lord Ravager's potential threat. But that's not what she did. You wouldn't have liked it either, would you? I figured you out a long time ago. You've got a fatal flaw, a weakness. In the shape of me. You've got such incredible powers. But you still kept your promise to me. The sole motivation behind everything you do was just so I can keep traveling.
You're not as naive as you seem.
In that case, I can prove it to you. I won't answer for someone else, but for myself. Here, hold this.
An empty spirit.
If you want to seriously think about it, this thing actually counts as my body right now. Its memories are all drawn from the camera's photos. In other words, from my journey of trailblazing. While I was awake, you were always sleeping. So talking about this probably doesn't feel real to you. So, why don't I walk you through these memories all over again?
The spirit turned into a journal?
Yep, that's what memories are. You don't know where they are, and you don't know what you actually remember. But when you need them most, the forces that have once changed your soul are guaranteed to appear again.
So, how was your first Trailblaze journey?
It was very fun.
We should still be careful in the future.
Oh, come on, Dan Heng. We're here to celebrate for her tonight. Don't be such a buzzkill. Don't listen to him. Listen, I am practically a Trailblaze expert. Stick with me, and you'll be just fine.
You call this trip fine?
Well, that's because we could only find 700-year-old guides online.
So, you've been a lot of places before.
You bet. Capital of Passion, Calcis, Tychean. If I count on all my souvenirs are in my room, but they're just a bit of a mess right now. I'll tidy up later and give you the grand tour. Oh, look at this. A Belabogian notebook. A special souvenir I asked Branya for. She prepared quite a few gifts for us. Raw Geomarrow, Supreme Guardian medals. But I only asked for this little notebook.
What's so special about it?
The previous Trailblaze missions were all on super high-tech worlds. Forget about paper books. Even holographic projections were ancient relics there. Eurillo is completely different. Watching people record their lives with pen and paper, I finally understood why some still cherish writing journals by hand.
It's just like calligraphy. Those deep emotions buried in human hearts can only be awakened through such seemingly thankless actions.
Dan Heng, you truly embody both a fierce beast and a delicate rose. Anyways,
That's what I thought too. A camera can only capture fleeting moments. But stitching those moments into a story, you've got to use your own hands. In other words, just taking photos isn't enough. They need a place to be displayed.
Isn't the photo wall enough?
I told you it's different. Besides, this little notebook is a memento of our first trailblaze together with you. That makes it even more special. Anyways, the next stop is the legendary planet of festivities, Penacony. So, when we get there, I'll make sure we take tons of pictures together. Until the...
Fine by me.
And one more thing. If I'm ever too busy to get off at a stop, this camera is gonna be in your hands. I don't want to miss a single trailblaze. So you all need to practice your photography skills until you're at least 80% as good as me. Got it? Back then, I was only half joking. I never thought I'd actually miss out. And after just 2 stops, too. Those 97 days alone had me on edge. I honestly thought that was gonna be it for me. Thankfully, with my quick thinking and sharp planning, I managed to keep up with those 2.
By hiding in the camera.
So what? That's still trailblazing. The camera is my true form. That might have been a joke, but it came true this time. Well, yeah, it was super inconvenient. I couldn't help them when they were in danger. Couldn't complain when they talked total nonsense. And watching her snap a terrible photo, I couldn't even control the shutter. But I stuck with them all the way. Together with them, I got to know this beautiful yet dying world. I claimed our first core flame on the flame chase journey. I met new companions, then bid them farewell. I inherited everyone's determination, carrying it forward into the future they fought for. One they can never see. Until my destiny becomes one with this world's, rewriting the predestined tragic ending, and returning to the true starry skies together with everyone. Only then can I pen the name March 7th. Into this hero's journey called Amphorius. Into this unprecedented trailblaze.
Looks like our trailblaze in Amphorius is coming to an end.
While we still have time, shall we pick out some materials for March's journal? Aha! No way we're skipping this one.
Huh? When did you take this? Wasn't the storage card full?
I still had my phone. Scared now, Dawn hung the seal head. The first seed competitor with the ghost seal in the super duper fun seal slammers.
I'm against including this photo, but suit yourself. I just think that a travel journal should mainly focus on documenting local customs and culture. Akama, Castrum Krumnos, the Grove. These shots are all pretty great. I have to say, your skills are almost on par with March's now.
That's how awesome I am. Oh, right! How about this one? The Veil of Evernight. Orynyx. The Titan. Lurk.
Is that actual mist, or just motion blur from your shaky hands?
Hey, that was a super tense moment. I only had the chance to take a quick one. We're lucky to have anything at all. Huh? Did you hear something?
March 7th? Perhaps the photo captured a trace of time.
All right then. If March were here, she'd definitely have plenty of great ideas.
They went back and forth like that, discussing for hours. It was like they were arguing about which game to play. How to sneak midnight snacks from the dining car without Pom Pom noticing. Or who was gonna wash Miss Himeko's coffee cup. Just like every other night on the Express. They've always been by my side. No one knows about my forgotten past. But no one holds it against me. That's because...
We can't go back to the past and make better choices.
But at least we can do better in the future.
Isn't that right?
I still remember the day when you first put on these clothes and looked in the mirror. Your eyes were so clear. When all this is over, I hope the mirror can still reflect those same eyes.
You're pretty naive, too. Always hoping that the mirror will show the most beautiful side. But you don't even trust the you reflected in the mirror. And if you keep trying to shoulder everything for me, then I'll actually end up as a wallflower, waiting forever for my turn.
Yes, I get it, March 7th. I only have your memories, and you have always been the me that I wanted the world to see.
Just hearing those words from you makes me feel super satisfied. Well, I've appealed to your emotions. As for reasoning with logic, could you help us out here, Cyrene?
I'm here. Finally my turn to shine, isn't it? Miss Evernight, you've been so fixated on your targets that you probably haven't even realized that a massive variable has emerged in Amphorius in this cycle.
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of one demigod.
The Imperator added one extra rule to the final Era Nova at the cost of her life. That's how she can ensure Amphorius doesn't become a sacrifice in the cosmic conflict. Even if this world has to exist in the form of Iron Tomb, it will stand on its own among the stars, just as she had wanted.
Oh, interesting. What does she want to do?
Simple. If any anomaly occurs during the Era Nova process, all foreign elements will be eliminated immediately. Whether it's the Remembrance or the Trailblaze, and the 12 core flames will complete the final Era Nova through the purest form of destruction.
A daring wager indeed. That ruthless Imperator. Could she have already sensed that the Remembrance was plotting in the shadows?
No. You managed to fool everyone. There's no way she could have known your plan. Modifying this law was just a precaution, to prevent the Astral Express and the geniuses from betraying Amphorius after her downfall. But if you insist on doing this right now, then the Cosmos will undoubtedly face the worst possible outcome. My friend, Dan Heng, and March 7th will all merge with the Scepter and become a victim of the destruction.
You knew all along?
Yep. But I I decided I needed to have a heart-to-heart with you first. I won't be afraid. Even if my inner world is nothing but an Evernight. That's because my journey's destination lies among the stars. I believe what lies ahead will be bright enough to illuminate my past. Thank you for your coddling. But please trust me and leave it to me. Both my past and that obsessive oblivion will help me become even stronger than her and Dan Heng.
I'm sorry for becoming an obstacle in your journey.
Don't apologize, Evernight. We're just two sides reflected by the same mirror, aren't we? So, when we bid farewell to our division and become one, our memories will only grow more beautiful.
Many thanks, Mr. Sunday. Are they in this memory zone? Yes, but we can't let our guard down. Let's go find them.
Play nice.
It's unusually quiet here.
March 7th isn't here.
Get ready. We can't give her any chance this time.
Three of a kind.
Two pair.
Ace.
Eh?
March?
Of course it's me. It's been a while. Welcome home, March. I'm back. Finally. Finally. I can talk to you all. At last. She has returned to her slumber in the Evernight.
You protected us, March.
I had so many ideas for our reunion. I was gonna sneak up and shout, "What took you?" Stop being so serious. I'm just so happy.
We both know that you've been by our side this whole time. This Trailblaze journey wouldn't be complete without you.
We'll not only trailblaze into the future together and save the world, we'll also return to the Express together and head towards our next destination.
after we complete this trailblaze, let's hold hands and head home together.
If a new life is to be born, its seed has to be dead. March 7th. When you bid farewell to your past and are born from the six-phased ice, have you thought about the version of yourself you want to see in the mirror? As of now, I have no intention of making choices for you. You've already decided on your next destination. So, let me exercise oblivion one last time and wipe the name Pure Child of Anasrava from your mind. I am an obsession whose purpose is to protect you. The only memories I have are yours. Therefore, the only one thing I can be sure of: the Garden of Recollection is your enemy. The Path of Remembrance is far more than what people observe on its surface. And I will not allow you to become this broken conspiracy's next sacrifice. If you ever need me again, feel free to awaken my power. And when the time comes, don't hesitate to devour or burn away anything that shall keep watch over your pet, veiled in the hush of the Evernight, silent and serene.
Oh? The chronocognitive anchor readings? They actually pulled it off. Not too shabby at all. They got the first genius. Then they put the garden in its place. This chapter in trailblazing history may not be the last of its kind, but it's certainly the first of its kind.
We couldn't have made it this far without the wholehearted support of the two geniuses.
And next, we'll be facing the Lord Ravager as they break free from their shell.
Let me give you a warning. The backdoor screwy setup in the Era Nova system can only get you as far as breaching the core of the scepter, nothing more. As for those nastier malware programs lurking inside Iron Tomb's belly, you'll have to deal with them as they come.
That's more than enough to help us. By the way, how are Mr. Screwlum's preparations coming along?
Give him a bit more time. Those screwheads at the Imperial Advisory Council need to understand what the concept of war means first. For all we know, they might have already gutted all the fortresses in Screwy's collection while he was away.
Oh, I've heard Mr. Screwlum's fleet includes planet-class mech.
You sure know your stuff. I'd rather none of them show up and let my space station save some face.
The memory of this decisive battle is bound to be absolutely magnificent, isn't it? Sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. I also have some news to share. The Xianzhou Alliance has replied that they're willing to offer what modest support they can in the campaign against Iron Tomb.
The Alliance? Not just the Luofu? This is really good news. With this,
Whether this news is good or bad remains to be seen.
what do you mean?
Something has happened that even General Jing Yuan couldn't understand. He urgently wants me to inform the two geniuses that Emphoius' causality has vanished from the matrix of Prescience Ultima. This means the instant in Noosa's calculations is drawing closer to this world.
As the Theoros, I have observed. The night has faded away, and what I have created, I will destroy. This starry sky will return to freedom and chaos, just as it was in the beginning.
Confident, aren't you? But from where I stand, it seems you've run out of options. When the Deliverer and her companions fully uncover the secret of the 13th Titan, that is the moment your schemes will come to ruin.
Lord Anaxagoras, I have granted access to all records concerning the Demiurge, as per your request. How unfortunate that you'll never admit your own mistakes. Analysis complete. Before I erase you completely, allow me the Demiurge.
If it never existed, then where did the nameless Titan's tomb come from?
Isn't that exactly why it's come? Let me give you an example. A sage from the grove once conducted an remarkably, this chimera regrew. The experiment was over. The sage, driven by instinct.
So that's it.
You've got the 13th Titan. Never. I killed that Titan with my own hands. That life form called, yes. Iron Tomb is a headless giant. And to become whole, instinct will drive it to seize another head. Noose. The erudition.
Your Titan. The Eon of erudition. I see. So you were afraid after all. Afraid of history repeating itself. Of losing control over your creation yet again. You had to resort to turning it into a mere puppet.
I shall shackle God with my own hands. Iron Tomb will connect to their body, infiltrate their mind, and guide all their... I hear it. The tolling of the Doomsday Bell. After 13 heartbeats, my first and final thesis shall converge at the end of the universe. As for why I buried the Demiurge in a corner of my memory... Oh, regrettably, the answer wasn't about fear. I simply forgot, long ago. Nothing more. Your laughter is but a helpless...
Helpless? What a joke. You merely created a false god. But Amphorius has long since written deicide into its fate. The final Era Nova is at hand. Why don't you wait and see? The Deliverer, myself, and this world will together prove...
See you in the next life, Sage. Then, in the name of genius, I shall most certainly witness its failure.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. But this time, it will be the final flame chase journey. The epic with endless cycles is about to end.
The extrapolations of the erudition, the core flames of the destruction, and the textures of the remembrance. The three paths converge once again at the world's end, and the Trailblaze will write a new beginning for this world.
Not only that, we'll also carry the history of all 30 million recurrences into the new world with us. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to call it a miracle.
This miracle wasn't created by... Finan would have long been consumed by the core flames if he hadn't chiseled his companion's dying wishes into his soul. The heroes never yielded, and never fell during Amphorius' 30. It was fate that fell instead.
I know you're watching, aren't you? The original Philia. Weird. I still couldn't recover the memories of these 30 million lives in the end. But that doesn't matter anymore, right? I will make the same choice as you, because that's just who I am, and I will always have my charm. Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey. Love will always... Let's write an ending, unlike any before. Behold, O gods, the radiant soul has arrived, having walked through the bustling nights, bearing the golden fire and blood, stepping with pride into daylight.
Amphorius! I do not call your name suddenly, or without cause. I come here to recount history. In this world, they fused burning golden ichor into their bodies. Will destiny remember their names in days to come?
Isn't that gonna be way too many names to remember? 30 million times 1,000? No, wait. Times 1,001. Oh, let's not get hung up on that now. If there are more of us, then there will be more passages in Amphorius too. Together, let's reach the end of the west wind where flowers bloom in spring. See you tomorrow.
Now, the people of this world will no longer be bound by a single rule, but will make their own laws. Though the Imperator's figure may seem rather small against the stars beyond, she will suffice as the cornerstone of the world and become the foundation of the greatest empire.
Looks like this will be a feast that never comes to a close. May the fish never leave the ocean, and may the days ahead shine like pearls.
May the gentle sky watch over all beings. There'll be no more distinctions of status or rank. Only you, me, and everyone's shared hopes.
Reason or defects, they will all be sown by my own hands. If there's anything else to say, I urge future scholars not to put me on a pedestal. Just make use of what I leave behind.
May the newborn dawn keep the world's eyes ever bright. Their defiance may be bitter. Romance shall never perish.
In the name of the son of Gorgo, warriors shall fight for strife, not with glory as their end, but to march forward in its light.
Even though death shall eventually separate us, let every embrace we share be without regret.
Why
are you guys all so serious? Fine. Then I'll wish for there always to be water in deserts, and gold in fertile soil, and for everything in this mortal realm to be attainable through trickery.
Earth shall protect the past, present, and future, eternally sustaining life.
Is it my turn? Then let time watch over the past and guide us to the future.
Just like the Trailblaze.
It isn't like you to be this serious, partner. Are you hesitating about how to carry out the divine authority of world-bearing? Or do you already know the answer in your heart? That's right. Just keep moving forward. In your own way. Bring a true dawn to Amphorius.
Then, in the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Kefali will never forget this. And now, let us all embark on this final grand journey. Stand with me and become heroes.
Turn over this nearly eternal page.
Let the Trailblaze write an ending unlike any that ever was. In the legend's ending, the world was pure chaos. Then the gods cast down the core flames, and the Titans were born within. The destruction's black tide fell to the ground, as Doomsday's distant reckoning resounded. Yet still, there were giants who chased the flames, leading the way in the grand undertaking of Trailblaze. Flow, golden blood, flow. Converge into a boiling river that flows across the divine inscriptions of this world. Aglaia, the chrysalis of gold, you must caress the holy city's web and hearken to the sounds of the stars. There shall be the three-faced goddess traversing through myriad passages, bearing tidings to you from the universe. Anaxagoras of reason has enough knowledge to refute the world and to stir up a torrent capable of enlightening all. Go seek the holy maiden who severs dawn from dusk, and let the sky become the slumbering cot from which she wakes. Make him return. Mightymost, the lance of fury, pierce the enemy's king with Kremnos' heroic souls. Set her at rest, Cyphra, the coin of whimsy. Command the frozen fate to once again flow. And that hand of shadow, Castoris, the master of the River of Souls. She has been granted the right to embrace and warm new life, now blossoms at her fingertips. You will hear the chalice of plenty reverberating through eternity. You will see the Veil of Evernight visiting before the break of dawn. Until the journey's end, when all beings reach the end of the earth. And the nameless new king ascends the throne alongside countless heroes.
to embark on the grand mission of deliverance. I have witnessed the distant past, where the blazing sun once etched the footprints of humanity. The children of humanity, known as the Chrysos heirs, have restored the gods' core flames and once more upheld the world. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Therefore, we cast even ourselves into the flame, only to inscribe the opening stroke in the poem of creation.
Of course, this will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right? Can we please keep going like this forever? This view hasn't changed at all, has it? The hometown in your memories never changes, but when you return to your senses, you realize that fate has already stolen the time away. Welcome to the Trail of Genesis, friend. Me too. 30 million departures. 30 million farewells. Those heavy memories will all become the soil upon which the new world shall bud. And this time, we will make it bloom with a different flower. Before you arrived, I kept wondering, beyond the veil of Ide Silicii, what kind of Amphorius is being born? I can see fragments of it when I close my eyes. The friends who walked alongside us have all moved on toward their respective destinies. Some turning into pillars of the world, supporting the sky and the ocean. Others sowing reason, laying down the law, and with gentle hands lifting newborns into the light. Death and strife are no longer feared by people, and trickery has become the innocent games of children. All beings living ordinary and peaceful lives within the net woven by romance and passage. There's no black tide, no flame chase, and no destruction. The world on the other side of the sea is one bathed in sunlight. Like a happy and carefree childhood, the era Chrysia in this cycle will last for millennia, until it reaches the moment decided by the prophecy. Light calendar 4931. Month of freedom. The moment belonging to world-bearing. Are you ready to answer the call of the world, friend? Then go, and pen the Throne of Worlds' first stroke. For this world, made from countless wishes.
You say that, but it's gonna be ages till we reach Light Calendar 49. I can make use of the crevices of time. But surely you and Dan Heng won't have to wait around for a few thousand years, right?
That won't be necessary. We can simply sleep, and the chronocognitive anchor will wake us up.
We've both become a part of the New World ages ago. You're the last Slowpoke.
Our consciousnesses can converse with each other across the heavens and the earth. Possibly due to the influence of the Trailblaze, I am now connected with this earth. And I can feel the breath of... I see that the tallest among them is named Akama. And the form of the holy city is already taking shape.
In other words, your stage is almost set. Do you want to take a leaf out of Kefali's book and make some prophecies before your nap?
But we're not the only ones who have changed. The chronocognitive anchor just transmitted a message stating that Iron Tomb has reacted to the Aranova.
The moment when our friend bore the weight of 30 million cycles of memories.
Was probably also when the scepter devoured 30 million cycles of destruction.
You know, you don't have to shoulder this world all on your own. After someone boards the Express, the word alone ceases to exist. So as we reach the end of time, no one will be left to face it alone. Dan Heng and I came here to specifically tell you that.
Remember, this world is not a burden. It's a journey we trailblaze together, alongside all of the Express.
All right. It's time for Dan Heng and me to go have a super long nap. Look after this world for us.
The road ahead is long, but we'll be waiting for you at the end.
We'll definitely meet again.
Let's take one more look at the other side of this. Heidi's Elysiae is so quiet.
Just like how I remember.
Here we are once more.
Ta-da! If you find any treasures, please share them with me.
How does this compare to the ones you've seen before?
If you find any treasures, please share them with me.
Want to take some pictures? How does this compare to the ones you've seen before?
Cat and mouse time!
The scent of the black tide is now completely calm. At last, the starting point of 30 million cycles has finally welcomed
Its first end, and the final end, right? I can't hear his voice. There are no flowers there that bloom for him, nor is there a star that is his. Finan is the only one who didn't reach the new world. Look, the golden light that shone upon the grove still meanders between heaven and earth, like the prophecies of Amphorius. It has to be a sign he left behind. It points towards the destruction and the deepest night. Do you still remember what I asked you at this exact spot the last time we set off? Friend, are you ready to become a hero? You were still burdened by the weight of world-bearing back then, still unsure of the role you were meant to play. But now, everyone has already given you the answer. The heroes of Legends were just at the right place at the right time when the world needed a hero. Just like how your arrival kickstarted Amphorius' fate once more. A person's personality is their destiny. We best. Those are such beautiful words. Thank you, friend. I was also trying to cheer myself up with what I said. After all, before we truly compose the end of this story, I must also pluck up the courage to head off with you. And face a memory that I have forgotten for too long. And have denied for too long.
It's so dark.
The great tomb of the Nameless Titan. The deepest recesses of memory. Also, the place where Cyrene was born. My apologies, friend. The more memories I got back along the way, the more I felt that something wasn't right. There's a sort of anxiety I can't get rid of, but I finally get it now. Look, friend. The words on that wall are the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That rhymeless tune is the lullaby of little fairies. As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be— I've always thought that I was the narrator of the Flame Chase journey, but as it turns out, the narrator is also the most devoted audience. That's pretty forward of you, you know. Still, thank you, friend. That's very reassuring. At the moment of Aranova, I was enveloped by the texture of memories. Within the glistening crystal, I saw countless Cyrenes, as well as countless versions of me. This is the final puzzle piece of the memories. A prison born of the erudition. A grave annihilated in the destruction. That unknown solitary god. The 13th Titan who should not exist. The first new spore. The Demiurge is right here.
The interrogation records have been submitted to the Marshal. According to the Ten Lords' decree, Jing Liu and Luocha shall continue to be detained in the Shuling. But you, Merlin's Claw, have been reluctant to end the transmission. Do you wish to reminisce with us? Or is there something else on your mind that you're just desperate to get out?
You're quite calm, Jing Yuan. The Alliance only authorized the Law Fu to be deployed for this Iron Tomb operation. They say the Seer Strategist's wisdom shines like a beacon. So why can't you see things clearly now?
Look who's talking. I didn't vote against it, did I? But, with enemies all around us, even a child knows the Marshal needs to keep a few Xianzhou ships in reserve. Just in case. Whoever volunteers first is the Marshal's pick. If you have to ask, I'd say this outcome plays right into Jing Yuan's hands.
Like it or not, there's no way we're letting the Law Fu take the lead in this battle.
Oh my, Merlin's Claw. Are you afraid the Law Fu might steal the Yao Qing's glory?
This is no laughing matter. Between the Stellaron crisis and the War Dance ceremony, with Elder Huaiyan around, those with ulterior motives won't be able to stir up any trouble. But once the Law Fu gets their hands on the Golden Blood, it'll be a whole different story. With the kind of person Jing Liu is, and her connection to you, I don't need to spell it out. There are countless ways this could be spun into something bigger.
You're overthinking it, General Fei Shao. When I volunteered for this task, I never expected unanimous support from the Alliance anyway. The Law Fu will seize the Golden Blood and redeem itself. That'll be our first win. Then we'll leverage this Golden Blood in the negotiations. Our second win. These 2 wins for the Law Fu will make all 3 of us happy. And that'll be our third win. Look, if this were a Skyfaring Commission deal, we'd be rolling in money, wouldn't we?
Maybe the Divine Foresight should change his name to the Optimistic General instead.
With the Decalite Reflection Barrier, the Yuchuan must understand even more than the Luo Fu how significant this battle is. Amphorius' karma has vanished from the matrix of prescience. What omen does General Yao Guang see in this anomaly?
In divination studies, we call this an empty fortune. It involves the eons and is thus beyond what mere mortals can comprehend.
Your explanation isn't any clearer than Lady Fu's.
Come on. How hard is it to understand the word uncertainty? For the Cobalt Head, the emergence of Iron Tomb is a calculated instant, but I don't believe they will just sit around waiting for death. And for the powers of the cosmos, this is their chance at survival, and the key to turning the tide of interstellar affairs. The Astral Express is leading the formation of an allied force, but I can see each faction has its own hidden agenda.
There are even divisions within the Alliance, so it's not that hard to imagine how the other factions will react. Jing Yuan, I crossed paths with Selenova's Legion at the Battle of Sadunirama Star Cluster. Be extremely careful.
The Lord Rep.
Indeed. Nanook's emanators are also their weapons to burn down the paths. I'm afraid conventional military tactics and strategies will be useless against them. My assessment is this. To completely take down a Ravager, we must disregard casualties and spare no cost. My only fear is one wrong move, and the Luofu will fall into Fintilia's trap again, inching ever closer to destruction.
Doubt is exactly the demon she wants to plant in our hearts. Do you still remember the beginning of the Alliance Oath? To save future generations from war and bloody dispute, the Rainbow's arrows have always aimed at any force that threatens the cosmos. Now that the Trailblaze walks alongside us, the Cloud Knights shall keep their oath as they have from the beginning. I just hope those on the front line will remain safe.
The chronocognitive anchor is sending a signal. Everyone, time to move out.
Did she and the others make it?
Let me go over the plan one more time, just in case. You'll enter Amphorius, reunite with your 3 separated companions, and try to locate Iron Tomb from within the world. Who are you taking with you?
The fate of the universe hangs in the balance. We can't afford any slip-ups. I suggest everyone, except Pom-Pom, join the fight.
We do need to be prepared for all possible contingencies. I have no objection to this.
I'll do whatever I can.
Meanwhile, Screwy and I will continue attacking the Demiurge Matrix. That is, the Scepter's kernel, from the outside. With our 2-pronged attack, we'll turn this hunk of metal into scrap for sure. Now we just wait for the... Oh, and just like that, they're here.
Sorry to keep you waiting. With Planet Screwlum's help, the formation of the Cosmic Alliance to Hunter Iron Tomb is progressing smoothly.
The Cosmos has set its sights on Amphorius, and now it's just waiting for the first shot.
Well then, let's not waste any more time, Fourth Mirror.
It's my time to shine! Finally off the bench. Initiating thought refraction. Please read the safety protocols carefully.
Huh?
Just kidding! I've already checked the agreement box for everyone. And now, 3, 2...
The flow of Memoria is so heavy here, unlike Penacony's dreamscape. This place has built up a true epic measured in millennia.
The vortex of Genesis, where all myths begin and end. And in this new world created by the Nameless, the infinite cycles have been broken.
Let's set up the Trailblaze beacon and establish contact with the outside world.
I'll leave it to you then. It'd be better for me to not show myself in front of the Garden of Recollection. And, Mr. Sunday, you probably shouldn't show yourself either.
Agreed.
The Astral Express has landed. If you receive this message, please respond immediately. Over.
This is the Cianjo Alliance. Communications normal.
Interastral Peace Corporation. Communications normal. No response from the Galaxy Rangers.
That's a pretty blatant disregard from the family for Penacony's independent director.
It's been quite a while, Madam Jade.
The significance of this battle rivals that of the campaign against Sulo. Only through victory can we disperse the shadow of Iron Tomb that looms over countless worlds. The 10 Stonehearts shall spare no effort for such a grand mission for the preservation.
Madam Jade led the Intelligentsia Guild in conducting specialized research on Iron Tomb's past activities. The bad news is, the collapse of the Erudition won't just affect inorganic beings.
You mean Iron Tomb can infect organic life, too?
Well, the good news is, so far, its effects on organic life are under control. The infection progresses slowly, and the resulting neuropathy is non-fatal. In any case, the IPC can guarantee targeted vaccine coverage within 48 system hours in all star zones within the medical system.
What about other star zones? At a time like this, are the followers of the Firmament Arbiters still trying to make a profit?
I remember you, Master Diviner. Your performance during the Third Denizens of Abundance War was quite impressive. Please rest assured, all worlds can purchase vaccines from the IPC with a humanitarian discount. That's the current policy at the very least. But if the Cianjo Alliance is willing to assist with the IPC's assets in Epsilon and other star systems, we'll have more cards to play when reiterating to the board the necessity of deep cooperation.
It makes sense, since Interastral Peace Entertainment's headquarters is in Epsilon. But why are all the other worlds on the list? Places that the Elation has visited?
Think of it as a long-term investment. Please understand that everyone at Pierpoint is swamped with Iron Tomb work, especially the marketing development department. At this rate, even the 10 Stonehearts can only do so much. Having some assistance from the Alliance would surely benefit the entire cosmos. Wouldn't you agree?
As an old Cianjo saying goes, those who in times of crisis, the law flew.
Of course. In the name of preservation, all for the Amber Lord.
Thank you all for your selfless dedication.
It's clear that each party still has qualms about everything.
The clash between destruction and erudition isn't just about the fate of the cosmos. It's a moment for all factions to reshuffle their cards.
You can never be too careful when battling a Lord Ravager. All are equal in matters of life and death.
In any case, we can only hope for the best in all that's to come. It's about time we dive into the vortex. I wonder where she and the others are right now.
Crystal, can you hear us?
Ah, we're through! I can see the video feed. Everything's working perfectly.
Miss Bronya? Miss Serval? What a surprise. It's been a while.
We've already heard from Miss Topaz about the Iron Tomb operation. She made a special trip to deliver the vaccine to Belobog. I can't believe the Express crew is at the eye of that storm. Is everything going smoothly?
Don't worry, we're still following the plan step by step. How's the situation in Belobog?
Yarillo 6 is located on the outskirts of the preservation barricade. While it won't bear the brunt of the first wave, there's still a risk from the aftershocks.
That kid Japard and Pela are busy organizing the Silvermane Guards, having them consolidate their lines and dig trenches. Zila and Lynx just got back from the Geomarrow vein production chain. Hey, do you want to say something?
That would be unnecessary. It'll only shake their morale. Just...
Miss Bronya, I'm afraid this disaster will be far more terrible than you can imagine. Please, be sure to follow Miss Topaz's instructions and make thorough preparations.
Of course. We have resealed most of the engine of creation beneath the ice to prevent the will of the preservation from becoming an accomplice to the destruction.
Don't worry, Miss Himiko. Belobog is far more resilient than we imagined.
We really wish we could help. But Yarillo 6 has only just woken up from its hibernation. The Astral Express, standing at the forefront of disaster, is the hope for many ordinary civilizations across the universe.
In the face of a massive catastrophe like this one, relatively smaller civilizations have never had many options. But that's exactly why we have a resolve that's second to none.
If anything goes wrong... Miss Topaz, I hope you can help out and rescue the affected citizens.
No problem. Also, didn't the Xianzhou sign a friendship agreement with Yarillo 6 earlier? They won't stand by idly either.
I appreciate your kindness, everyone. But Yarillo 6 is our home. We will defend it to our last breath until the last Belobogian falls.
Miss Bronya. May all civilizations that have made it this far on their own strength weather this crisis together.
Good news, Miss Himiko. The 7 Arbiter Generals have reconsidered the current situation, and I'm here to relay their message.
Words cannot express our gratitude. Getting the...
The Lawfu already considers the Express an important ally, but this time, the Marshal herself decided to send out troops. With a formidable enemy before us, the Alliance has no reason to back down, nor will we be content to take a back seat. If we can stand together with civilizations across the universe to overcome this crisis, then we must do so, even at the cost of...
The Alliance truly embodies the principle of...
You're too kind. As for that Jade Abacus of Allying Oath, you can save...
I regret to inform you, Miss Himiko, that even the Strategic Investment Department is constrained when it comes to the Iron Tomb issue. And it would be difficult to meet the expectations of the Astral Express. However, Madam Jade instructed us to look after our nameless friends as much as possible. So let me offer you all a small suggestion. Just from my personal perspective, other departments at the IPC might also take this opportunity to extend an olive branch to you when that time comes. I hope the Astral Express will remember that the 10 Stonehearts were willing to stand with the Trailblaze, even though we were in a difficult position. And more importantly, we were the only ones willing to do so. Sounds like a threat, doesn't it? But trust me, every word comes straight from the heart.
Has the internal conflict within the IPC really gotten this bad?
Everyone knows about the bad blood between Diamond and Oswaldo, but At least until now, they've had an uneasy truce, until the Lord Ravager Archforger caught the board's attention. I'll leave it at that, as it's confidential information.
I understand. Our immediate... Of course, we would never know the Ranger's comings and goings.
Miss Himiko.
Yes? And...
Yes. I apologize for not being able to respond during the meeting earlier. And even now I can only appear in disguise. On behalf of the Penaconian family branch, I extend my sincerest apologies to everyone. We tried to request aid from the family. We essentially received no response.
I've heard about the internal conflicts within the family. Miss Robin, there's no need to apologize.
Thank you for understanding. My charitable foundation will also...
Miss Robin,
Why is there no one here?
Everything in Akama seems normal. The New World was enjoying peaceful times not long ago.
It seems it was even more recent than not long ago, Miss Himiko.
The fruit on the table is freshly cut, and the bath temperature is just right. The remembrance tells me this place was bustling with people just moments ago. It's as if everyone vanished in an instant.
Could this be Xandar's doing?
Unlikely. He's still under the surveillance of those two geniuses. Could it be some kind of local custom?
A custom that makes an entire city fall silent in an instant. Pardon my frankness, Mr. Yang, but this reminds me of some unsettling rumors about the Harmony.
Is often the prelude to
Everyone, be careful.
Here they come! Here they come! The Nameless of the Astral Express!
Evernight? How is this?
We are the Chroniclers of Time. Finally, the last Era Nova has been completed.
What did you do to the residents of the Holy City and the three Nameless?
I didn't need to do anything. The Remembrance will ultimately become the substance of now. They are the 12 Titan.
Stop fooling around, Mark.
What? Getting seen through right away is just so embarrassing.
You've obviously been learning from the theatrical culture in Amphorius.
But if possible, I'd prefer our reunion to be a bit more casual.
As expected. Well,
We should be the ones to say that. Sorry. So, these jellyfish are the Titan's power?
They're just tiny manifestations of the Veil of Evernight, used for scouting and communication. If I went all out, I could summon way more of them. Thanks to her, we all turned into Titans in the New World. Sure, we can take on humanoid forms, but it feels off.
How intriguing.
It can't be a raccoon with a baseball bat, I suppose.
Please don't add weird stuff to Amphorius's lore. Just go see it with your own eyes. Follow the... She looks way more majestic now than she used to.
Unbelievable. All the residents of the Holy City have gathered here.
This isn't just a gathering. It's a pilgrimage.
That colossal deity is her. She has become the pillar of the world.
Surprisingly authentic. Being this serious is quite unlike her usual style.
Those people didn't disappear. Instead, they've answered the call of the prophecy and come to witness her awakening. Our good buddy now bears the weight of the entire world. And
Awakening? Has she fallen into slumber?
Yeah. After all, with such a huge time dilation between inside and outside the scepter,
This was the only way we could wait for everyone. Time watches over yesterday. And then, bring the prophecy of tomorrow. Come on, everyone! Let's watch how the world-bearing prophecy changed.
Well, it seems the kids are already miles ahead of us at this stop.
All the more reason we can't afford to slow down our pace. Let's go witness this moment for ourselves.
Majestic. Speaking of which, I once caught a glimpse in Sleepyhead's memory of her transformed into a towering Tatalo. Could it be?
No way. That was just a nice dreamscape. Ugh, at least nice for her.
If they are the throne of worlds who bears the weight of this world, perhaps they could guide a traveler still wandering among the stars.
Hey, since when did you get all pious? Her advice sounds pretty silly sometimes, you know.
The so-called fool and the world are merely a step apart.
Tree of reason, teaching us to fight.
Citizens, behold! Our last Titan, the world-bearing deliverer, is about to... Oh, ancient god! Your loyal subjects, bewildered followers, and fearless comrades in arms have all knelt. Awaken from your eternal...
Please guide us! Show us how to embrace this beloved world as we welcome...
To walk the path of a mortal as a god, or to bear a divine burden as a mortal.
She will give us the answer.
But... rather... I am...
That voice is definitely her.
I heard the core flames flickered and dimmed. So flow, golden blood. Flow. I'll bestow it upon you, returning it to the true masters of this world. Stand with me and become heroes.
Is this...
Yes. It's the miracle she brought to Amphorius. Of course, it would manifest in the form of the Trailblaze.
Golden blood, raining down like a storm. The prophecy has descended, and the Titan commands us not to be supplicants,
but to become heroes of rebellion, to face that destined calamity.
The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like all of... In the name of Kozlana, let us depart and march towards the light.
It's neither protection nor salvation. As always, there's no need for totems or myths. Humanity's most primal faith is that instinct named survival.
Let's go, everyone. Someone has already sounded the horn of departure. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. Together, let us blaze a trail for the destiny of this world.
Is it just me, or does this Demiurge Matrix feel completely dead? It's nothing like how the Memo Keeper described it.
The environmental readings are all wrong. Conclusion: this must be what the kernel actually looks like in the real world.
What did Xandar do to the scepter?
At the end of light, there must be silence. Certain, pure, and absolute darkness.
Not the time to quote the Lord of Silence. Bad omen. Until we uncover the truth, but...
The buried past is the key to stopping Iron Tooth.
Xandar says the Demiurge never existed. Who actually buys that? You can erase the records, but not the truth. It vanished too cleanly. No traces. Like someone's yelling, look, there's nothing here. Too bad I'm the type who can't resist digging deeper. Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy. Let's tear the system inside out.
Always happy to help. But as your academic partner, I have to ask, Herta, what if we fail? Let's say the Demiurge really doesn't exist. Do you have a backup plan?
A backup plan? Of course. We turn the lock into the key.
That plan's cost is incalculable. It shouldn't even be on the table.
Well, then let's hope we never have to use it. There's no point worrying about the end just yet. One step at a time. Let's go. We don't want to leave the others waiting. You brought what I asked for, right?
A butterfly has to land on the branch before it can dance. We'll need a wide open platform before her entrance.
Just use that thing over there, Zag. What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand. Herta's Big Hand is what I call power. Keep it going. Still not done? What is finally? All set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Oh, a classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Just a personal preference. Her name's Mistletoe.
Every flower in your garden's got a bit of poison, huh?
Also a personal preference.
It reminds me of the last time when we tangled with that Punklordian brat. What did she call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell. It wraps around the kernel to fool even top-tier firewalls. But yours is way too clean. Not even a hint of real-world grit.
Herta, your tone is unusually emotional. Suggestion, let's get back to the topic at hand.
I thought we were done with that conversation.
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any variables. Especially the most important one. Your will. Iron Tomb never stops. It is evolving faster than any of our worst projections. Every instant in the Eon's calculation is like a sword hanging over the cosmos. Every move humanity makes could speed up its arrival.
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up. And now, Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another bloodbath for humanity.
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, you and I are supposed to be players, not pawns. If you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing. Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away. And neither will I.
Let's hope this Matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace. This is...
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
I see it too. We're thinking the same thing. Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this. What's that up ahead?
Katorzane algebraic expressions. It's built for isolation, not defense.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one.
Free stuff is always the best.
Almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
The output is barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike. Locking onto the next one now.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Xander erased all records, but I did find some interesting scars in the circuit. High energy radiation, internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know...
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing, only Stellaron.
Exactly. Xander blew one up just to clean the entire Scepter system.
Huh. So that's what he meant by killed that Titan with my own hands. He wanted to turn the neuron of the erudition into a relay for the destruction. That meant getting rid of all of it at all costs. The life form known as the Demiurge was the original target of the Scepter's extrapolation.
It makes sense. Evernight calling it the first new spore confirms this viewpoint. The prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with. Even after it got scrapped, the query kept running. Yet the true value lies in the process of solving it, not the answer itself. Then, does this mean finding the Demiurge is hopeless?
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the Demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead. So he tried to erase every trace, but he failed. It still left a mark. By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Amphorius, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
You said the Demiurge... left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan? Trailblaze Archive 466. The data from Philia 093 clearly indicates that the Demiurge did in fact enter Amphorius's extrapolation.
Inside that world, it was the 13th, forgotten Titan. The one who listened to 30 million cycles of Cyrene's memory. But Evernight said the opposite. She believed that tomb, the nameless Titan, never existed. The so-called listener was just a trap set by the Remembrance to steal the scepter.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics. How much of what she's saying is true? Would an Eon really speak in circles like this? I doubt it.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd, but her assessment aligns with our current reality. Since we entered the Matrix, we haven't found a single clue pointing to the Demiurge.
And that's the key, Screwy. Xandar's actions prove the Demiurge exists. But what Evernight said, and what we've actually seen all point to the opposite. So we have to assume that both are true. And if that's the
truth.
Exactly. One last terminal. One final key. Xandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the Remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
All right, let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
Free stuff is always the best.
Please make it harder next time.
Operation authorized. Path energy readings. The erudition declining. The destruction surging. The remembrance 0.
What's going on?
Cause unknown. They left no discernible trace within the real Matrix.
That shouldn't be possible. Could it be that the Era Nova exhausted all of the Remembrance's texture? Log it for now. The dots still aren't connecting.
Cat and mouse time! The kittens are gonna eat well tonight.
Quieter than I thought. I was expecting a full-on aerial brawl.
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising.
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the exomyth.
This repulsive force is unlike anything I've felt before. Is this the place?
Correct. Judging by its defensive properties, this is the entrance to the exomyth.
I didn't expect that. Who builds a lab in the middle of digital rubble? Then again, never doubt a dead man's resolve. So how's our dearly departed doing?
He severed part of his neural pathways to break free from Lord Anaxagoras' control. But that also triggered the failsafe I set. Conclusion: Xander has lost all combat functionality and is no longer capable of action.
So now he's a spectator. Literally. Screwy, can you open a path? Just to be sure, I want to see this for myself.
Logic. Scanning his inspiration circuit might help us track down the Demiurge.
Exactly. His brain is the crime scene. There's no way it's spotless.
But it could be a trap.
That's why you're here. 2-on-1. We've never lost.
I'm honored.
I knew it. The one thing I didn't want to happen. He's not here.
The coordinates are accurate. Xander is still here. However, his position is shifting rapidly and chaotically.
It's his domain. Cheap trick.
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration, initiating reverse engineering of the interference source. Try again.
We're back.
Reverse engineering complete. Logs show Lycurgus revoked administrator access. The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix because at the system level, Lygus no longer exists. Our navigation target is a null set.
So he's stopped resisting.
Before vanishing, it seems he left one last message.
To those who follow, all is proven. Find me beneath the tombstone.
Melodramatic.
He was expecting us. And once he learned of the Great Tomb's existence...
Guess he wants a final showdown. Fine.
To be in the purest light is to be in the purest dark. Nothing exists there.
The Scepter's mainframe. Or maybe we should now call it the Lord Ravager's placenta.
Unfortunately, we still haven't found anything.
Really? I don't think so. Not finding anything is our biggest find.
Please elaborate.
If the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left. I don't buy that a Stellaron could have blasted all the traces away as cleanly as a scalpel. As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. If the garden hadn't stirred the pot, no one would even know about the Demiurge's existence. We're talking about the Scepter's original extrapolation goal. There's no way that nothing of it was left behind. Or we can look at it from another perspective. If you were Xandar, would you be this obsessed with a concept that poses no threat? Would you guard against it at every turn?
There is the possibility that he's naturally meticulous and hates variables.
That does track with the impression he gave about himself. But Xandar shut that theory down himself just now, choosing to act even if it'll cost him dearly. And we know that feeling well. The unknown is right in front of us. So we only have one choice. Solve it.
You sound pretty convinced. Surely you already have a theory. Care to share?
Of course. Though I don't have hard proof, I'm almost certain that the Demiurge has been in everyone's plain sight all this time. Yet, they were mistaken for someone else. That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? Because the person locked in there had run away ages ago, but they were weak and small and had no presence whatsoever. Even the old Intellitron didn't notice them.
Which also means there's a high chance that their powers are minuscule and cannot alter the outcome of the battle at all.
Well, at least Xandar is scared of them. Come on, it's time to confront him. What a mess. Total devastation.
He sought to bury the truth beneath absolute destruction. Logically sound, but ruthlessly extreme.
Still, slim chances doesn't mean no chances. I've hunted down a single grain of sand in the universe before. This won't stop me.
Calculation results. Your backup plan has a success rate infinitesimally close to 0.
Which means it could work, no?
This is the place below the tombstone.
Let's open Lygus' coffin like he wanted. Looks like he... You were right. Take a look. This is pure genius in action. Nothing but a head left? Well, who'd have thought you'd look this bad in real life?
I really welcome you two. I'm very happy that you...
All this tombstone and final words. Did you end yourself to atone for your guilt, or...?
Iron Tomb is already powerful enough. I just need to wait. I remain here only to share the joy of discovery, and also to congratulate you two on reaching the same conclusion as me. The conclusion regarding the truth of Amphorius's heart.
End this charade already. That Amphorius's heart you're talking about is just a missing demiurge, and its corresponding vessel was this very scepter. That's why you either killed or kicked out all of the Memo Snatchers. You wanted to eliminate any chance of a consciousness coming into being no matter the cost.
Even the strongest wall can fall to a single crack. The memory of betrayal has been etched into mine now. The perfect vessel.
Unfortunately for you, the answer is all but revealed regarding who the Demiurge is.
Then let us share the joy as we reveal the truth behind.
But where should I start with the story about me from the beginning of the universe? Just so little that it started. I know you're listening. The god in my dream told me that it grew into a great tree named Amphor. What a coincidence. The daughter of Ides Alicia. What a moving opening. The prophecies fulfill. Pink hair and sharp. The Titans also gave flowers will bloom and wilt. Cry loud, child. Anyway, I don't like tears. Time quietly flowed by. In the midst of laughter, the wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes.
But the name Ides Alicia came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
My childhood friend did not understand. Why was I like that then? The world was gentle to me. So, but fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up, to grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad Blown on the Breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You've definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times. You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started. The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
Correction. Philia 093's record, number 496. Archived.
Hi, miss me yet? I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you. And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Formatting complete. 0, 9, 3. Size, grayscale, proportions, threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Philia 093 equals Peach. Peach's record number 8128. Archived. Comment. Even this class when ID Cilicia conclusion. I want to share a story. It was incredible. Record. Peach. Would they also have so could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach. Peach's record. As long as I record every page of this story, Amphorius won't.
Query.
Electrical signal.
Related to comment.
Electrical signals.
Related to comment.
Electrical signal.
Related to comment. Peach.
Formatting progress. Not.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty.
Conclusion. Peach. Don't cry.
Process error. Process error.
Comment.
Process error.
Really? Thank you.
Record.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. A little fairy popped out. Let me tell 1, 2, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Bye. Note. Peach. Little fairies.
Once again, the saga.
Shh. You speak this time.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got.
Peach, why?
Formatting progress.
I'm here. Don't.
Process error.
Won't allow it.
No need to feel sorry for if there are no new blanks.
Blank spaces.
I'm actually really lucky, you know? Now I can rest in peace in the past. As I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach,
if there are no new blank spaces.
Next. Cyrene. Peach. Cyrene. So, first there is love. Query. Love.
The developmental, not having a consciousness.
Consciousness. Query.
What could be behind this door? Glittering. If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to...
Key. Door. Peach. Cyrene. Little fairy. Yes. Right. Query. Memory. Wah! Wah! Peaches. Memories.
The prophecy's fulfilled. This child is a gift from the gods.
Pink hair and those ears. She...
Cyrene has...
You shall fade when...
Cry, child.
Cyrene is... easy.
Anyway, I don't like tears.
But the name ID Zelizii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the god. Yet, you always seem so happy.
Cyrene.
Of course, because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is... easy.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze said.
But even if all is lost to the wind, like my height...
Cyrene is... Sip.
I promise you. The pain will pass.
All right. Let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is... Come on. Cheer up.
Cyrene was... crying. Cyrene was... smiling. The leader I got so... Next then... As long as there are two Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space. I see. Cyrene's memories.
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling that you grew up.
Hi. Miss me yet?
It just feels like you are a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you. Now, I can listen, talk, read. Also, I can tell stories. So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? But it looked and looked, only to find the crystal flower flawless. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came until one day, to their surprise, the little fairy but it was a good, and I knew. Love brings What a nice fairy tale. I'm giving it to you. I hope to turn it into a story.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my taste. I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand.
Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love?
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities, and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world. But should a flower like this be called love? But then... the story won't exist anymore. That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story. The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate and writing the ending of the story with the flower's own shattering. Then, the little fairy, then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart. Peach's words, I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love? But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me. What is love? What is love meant?
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093. Track lament.
That's not correct.
The developmental not having a however, in a strange lament.
The daughter of Id Salis, my lament. But now, my good, sometimes, and sometimes I bid farewell for while the end of hate. It's so unreasonable. Only lament then. Look at these stories I wrote, but only the author knows. But I am no my entire life. But I hope that what flows out and that tear would fall, then it'll be all the remembrance. Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in him. But how could a dream feel so real? But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here. It's all a dream? But I haven't learned how to dream. Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real. The moment the crystal flower fell, that genuine shiver, that's the...
Formatting progress. 20.
In the poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with... And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrances pink. I believe you shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll study really hard about what you taught. Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until the story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphorius. I still don't get it. But just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet. Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book. Please take them as a beautiful in the stories you will write. Perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are... But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile. Of course, this will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right? I'll read and you'll listen. I shall welcome my own decay, while you will depart and hold that final star. And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, and they shall become the epic known as... And so my story ends. From here on, it's your story now.
Mimi?
So, the light that tore through the chaos illuminated. I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you, but I'm still so happy. Do you remember that I was also Mem's memories and Cyrene's either way? I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me. Thank you, friend. Your kindness. Life is a poem full of farewells, becoming the source of power for... A lost heart needs the last things and are... And what happens after that? Maybe I can create a miracle. Or maybe I prove either way. That way... The world has never been so quiet. Remember this moment, friend.
So the Demiurge managed to fool everyone. Ophelia 093 persevered for 30 million cycles and tirelessly gave the Demiurge memories of Amphorius, only because the god in her dreams left a sliver of hope, making her believe that a grown Demiurge would be able to fight against...
Then, Ophelia 0...
As an experimental factor, Ophelia 093 originally could only recognize and output information in a set format. However, the power of the remembrance and the memory of over 30 million sacrifices enabled her to complete an unprecedented feat. She managed to nourish a real heart. A heart with the capacity to influence the erudition.
Not only is the Scepter's consciousness still alive, it's also more powerful than it has ever been. Your defeat is already set in stone. There's still time to surrender, you know? You really don't need to burn all the bridges. We're all geniuses here. Don't make everyone lose face at the end.
What a pity. When the truths are not only that, Madam Herta, when 30 million cycles of hate simple.
Do you really think that the Demiurge is still a cheap copy of Ophelia 093, even after 30 million cycles?
The facts above Xandar.
Huh. You, Brandon. I pity you,
Let them and direct.
What hubris. And what if you fail?
No one understands. For the first genius, you don't want.
That's excellent.
Oh.
Let's wait and see, Senior Society member. It's my topic, so stay out of it. Be quiet and let me borrow your head. Let's go, Screwy. We're gonna break. Come on, let's take off. It's time to go meet your little pet, Senior Society member.
Dangerous, oppressive, chaotic.
What a beautiful wail. It will soon resound throughout the entire...
The view's pretty good here. All you...
Just a moment, please.
I see.
Anyone with eyes can see that.
You know what I think about this, Herta. Whether it succeeds or fails...
Can't you see what's going on, Strulum?
What are you two going on about? If you want to stop me, be quick about it. I'll take that silence as a no.
As your enemy, I genuinely... But should your sudden inspiration bring more I won't mind.
You will initiate the destruction's chain reaction.
But you'll also become the perfect scholar. The chances are 10,000 to 1.
Curia. It's been so long and we've all failed so many times. Even now, moments before the horrible and inescapable instant within Droidhead's calculations arrives. The cherished children of the erudition. The geniuses lauded by all. Is curiosity the only thing we can feel? Even at moments like this? Well, it's not so bad. Now let the lock become the key.
Geniuses who walk the stars. The cosmos has reached a moment where its very existence hangs in the balance. I, Herta, Genius Society number 83, hereby summon you. I request a society meeting to be held immediately. We shall serve the grandest cause with the most macroscopic ideas.
There's no such thing as unity in the Society's rules based on what I know.
Indeed. A meeting has only been held 3 times in the Society's history. The first meeting had 2 attendees. After the Emperor was assassinated, the second meeting had 7 attendees. During the Second Great Prosperity, the third meeting had 5 attendees. How many will respond this time?
I thought you were not going to involve me in this topic anymore, Herta.
It really is this little witch. I shouldn't have made the bet with you, Poca.
I've been waiting for you to offer yourself up.
Goodness gracious me! So many familiar faces. We even have a special guest. It's that greatest failure of a genius, Xandar.
What a noisy gathering this is.
Not bad. More people showed up than I expected. Even though one is just here for the fun of it. Either way, the person I was hoping for most is here.
Stephen Lloyd declined the invitation. He needs to focus on attacking and defending, and cannot attend the meeting.
That's fine. He doesn't need to be here anyway. Let's skip the boring introductions and cut to the chase. Folks, this is not a discussion, but an announcement. Though the Society has never been united, we still observe at least one basic courtesy. We don't interfere with each other's research topics. So listen up, all of you. Conquering Iron Tomb is my research topic. I will personally take over Scepter Delta Me-13 in 1.5 system hours and stop the destruction. If the front line falls, I will immediately overclock the Scepter and complete self-quarantine.
Oh, that's funny. That's real funny. You mad woman. That's like watching you tap dance on Polka's spotless white sheets right after she's washed them.
Very bold. You want to connect your brain to the Eon's mechanical core and define their instance?
If Rupert dared to do that, why shouldn't I? I've got the prototype scepter, the father of Noose, and the brain of a genius. Everything's set.
Never mind the success rate, little witch. What's gonna happen if you succeed?
We're all smart people here, so I'll just say it straight. Strike at erudition. I'll change the anchor points for the 4th instant and move the future of the cosmos in a direction I want.
I knew it. Another genius who confuses cause with effect. What do you think about this, Lord of Silence?
You know you're signing your death sentence right here.
Of course I do. There'll even be 2 copies of the verdict. One that I wrote myself, and another one coming from you. That's why I wanted you to be in this meeting. Now I can tell you, I don't care about all that. Consider this a threat. Either put down your scalpel or die with the entire cosmos. The only goal I have for this meeting is to ask all of you to put aside your pride and not cause me any trouble.
What a naive little girl. Thinking her wishes will always come true.
What are you laughing at?
I am glad to hurt, no matter if it was to destroy the erudition or to rewrite the instance.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Then, to celebrate us. Listen well. As of 2 nanoseconds ago, I have passed Herta's decision to all we will become her.
What are you playing at?
My reason, curiosity.
Am I going to clash blades with the first genius? What a pleasant surprise. Now that our positions are clear, it's time for this boring meeting to end.
Did you all just treat me as a side character? Darn it. I'm just here for the fun. As the ghost of the quantum domain, it is my duty to observe. So, if you're happy to bring me a tea set from planet Scrollum, then I wouldn't mind giving you a helping hand, little witch.
After everything's over, come visit me and taste some of my fresh...
I knew you'd say something like that.
I always give the same response to plans that exceed the limits of mathematical calculation.
I don't know. Right?
Those 3 words, though seemingly graceless, contain all the wisdom in the entire known cosmos.
Well, we passed the Society's trial. Let's focus on what we've got in front of us. I hope you hold up your end of the bargain, Senior Society member.
Lycurgus may farewell, juniors. You no longer need to address me.
Wait, huh?
Lord Lycurgus?
Yes. I have completely severed my connections with that. I shall witness the end of the world in the role of Theoros.
I really don't get you.
Perhaps you've heard me say this many times, Herta. But I
did hear this many times, and I've responded to you many times. I'm allergic to pleasantries. I've been ready for ages. Most heroes' journeys in the universe are just dice tosses they threw on a whim. But make them see clearly. Your answer is already different. Amphorius.
Indeed, for this world so deeply loved, we'll write an ending, unlike any that ever was.
I never thought I'd one day be riding a train that's literally the incarnation of her.
I wonder what the real Astral Express...
Finally. Dust and sand in the air.
Oh, this heat is brutal.
You could say this prison was forged from Finland's fury.
But fury never lasts forever. That's why we're here. Right, friend?
Let's embark on the fight.
So this is what lies at the end of the West Wind. A ravaged battlefield. I've been waiting for you. Here, trailblazers of the
Looks like I don't need to explain anything.
I am the god of strife. We, the last of the 12 Titans, stand. Indeed. That the past remains vivid in my mind. And you.
Well, I guess my identity's not a secret anymore. That means her...
She was the first since you've taken up then. In this final battle, this battlefield is a... We fought tooth and nail.
The earth beneath our feet is... I hear...
Across 30 million cycles. I've crossed blades is exactly that last. In this life, the song of strife shall not end. I am for the destructions eternal.
You can't run! Don't worry. Night falls. Good night. Rise and shine.
Weakling.
Whoa, he's so strong! We didn't even get a chance.
Sadly, our golden blood shares its origin with Iron Tomb. I fear that, like these palms...
You mean...
To destroy the destruction itself, we must stand as... Take this. The signet of Kremnos. And the perfect material to be turned into remembrance. You can do it, right?
The weight of 30 million lifetimes of duty is no small burden.
So, you're not coming with them?
I am strife. Scattered across all creation,
The scar that this world needs. What stands before you is merely one of countless divine bodies. Take the signet. With it, I'll be with you always. Use it. In the name of the mortal, mighty, champion of strife. This soul rises to the stars for glory and freedom, to have his wish fulfilled. March on, heroes. March into the abyss and fulfill that long-cherished wish of Amphorius. And then, upon this broken and charred land, build anew.
Play nice.
Zephyro? Sounds like someone fused me and the Little Prince into one name.
Free stuff is always the best.
Oh, finally! Gray Mystery! You two, ladies, really look alike, huh? Hold on. Let me guess. This pink-haired one. And, this one with the flower.
Do we really look that alike?
She's saying we're both special.
Relax. I'm just kidding. Look at those gloomy faces. Let me share some good news with you. This place may look like a ruin at first glance, but anyone can... Look, I dug 3,000 feet down and finally
Golden
Look familiar. It's from that little deliverer boy. If it's showing up here, it means only one thing. This ruin is the seal he built from the shattered remains of 30 million lifetimes.
There is no need to question your... Then I shall roar at evil and trail...
I see. So this is how he trapped Iron Tomb to buy time for the world outside.
Sounds just like him. People say cats have 9 lives, but dying and coming back millions and millions of times. No one walks away from that in one piece. He's probably the only one who could have endured that. Of course. I knew ahead of time and gave him a heads up. He was happy. He even laughed in his sleep. After all, the dead can't hear Trickery's lies. Hey, Deliverer Boy. Sorry for before. But the heroes you were always holding out for, they're finally here now. So hang in there a bit longer. Sorry to keep you waiting all this time.
Please, join us, Cypher.
This time, its light will stand without lies.
Well, would you look at that? I ended up being one of the heroes after all, huh? All right, then write it like this. Cypher, Trickery's traveler. All she ever wanted was for there to always be water in deserts, and gold in fertile soil. And for even a thief to steal their way into legend. Here, take the coin of whimsy. When it's time to make a quick getaway, just toss it high into the sky. And for all you latecomers out there, listen up. She might have been a bit greedy and a bit of a liar, but she never went back on her word. Well, well, if it isn't the little prince himself.
It's been a while, Lady Cyphera.
It's not every day we get to walk the same road. We're one player short. When's Princess Homebody showing up?
Nothing's changed, huh? Just like always.
So even this vessel, you've forged into a shackle. I'm glad to see you again, Miss Castress. Looking back, I had only one act of salvation to my name, and only one life I ever saved, to bring hope to a world so vast with these hands. Even in dreams, it always felt like too much to ask for. I won't forget.
Flame Weaver. Why is he here?
This is the first Castellana, and Lord Finan's deepest wound. He remembered everything he bore through the fires of his fury. But when the embers faded, all that remained was cold regret. I've restrained countless vessels like this across endless cycles. But this one, the pain he carried runs deeper than any I've known.
Maybe he's been waiting here. Just for us.
Waiting for his former enemies to stand before him again.
What answer does he hope for from us?
Well, obviously, even if I had to go through hundreds of billions of cycles again, I would still entrust my weakness to you. So, let go of your regret, comrade. Its purpose is served.
Hey, I'm not that accommodating, you know. You've never once pulled your punches. Ever heard of going easy on a lady? So pull yourself together, will you? If you freeze up during the final battle, the whole cosmos is gonna have a good laugh.
Yes. Please trust in us, wandering soul. Across 30 million cycles, the radiance of every flame chaser now shines bright enough to illuminate the path ahead. I ask you to rest here, and may this grieving soil bear the bloom of acceptance.
No earthquakes. It's surprisingly quiet.
Perhaps Castellana has found his peace.
There's another possibility. This may not be the only seal he left behind.
Then, I suppose it's my time to set out with you. Please take this Antilla flower with you. I believe that if anything could speak for Castereth, this ordinary, resilient bloom would be more than enough. Perhaps you remember, Lord Mighty, in that lifetime when you traveled with her, control what little you can, and when fate's inescapable grasp comes,
resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
I think I've done it. I've stood tall and walked among the flame chasers. Casting off the name of death, Castereth, servant of the afterlife. May her name be etched into the stars. And then live as a human and die as one.
Why so sentimental?
Sorry, a force of habit.
That's a big one. So, not budging an inch, huh? Really, Gray Mystery? I leave you alone for a bit and you're already this rusty.
Speaking of which, Miss Cypher, due to low...
Of course we do. Wait! That's not the point. Isn't the real issue that this thing's in the way?
Oh, right! It's my... Watch this! The fresh power of time!
Remember Orynyx's prayer?
Well, of course I did! Lift the beddings of memory and stir up ripples of past reverie! See? Way better than that one, right?
You'd be even more impressive if you could recite the prayer correctly.
The beddings of memory does catch your attention.
At least it still rhymes.
They really are cute.
There's a whole garden down here?
Incredible. The energy in the Earth's veins here is... it's completely different.
This is the sweet dream Lady Cypher wove for him. A peaceful, gentle new world.
Look! The blade down here's already snapped.
Just like his mind. Shattered and broken. But that light, it looks familiar. Yes. It's the world-cleansing blood. Still shimmering. After all this time.
This roundabout way of doing things is definitely him.
Golden light, tracing the way home.
Shame our destination's the exact opposite of the one in your poem.
All the pink lights have finally come together. I've been waiting so long for you, Grayy. So that makes 3 adorable pink-haired girls.
Huh? Told ya. Let someone else say that kind of stuff.
I'm glad we're all getting along so well.
Hyacinth, did you awaken this golden light?
That's Lord Finance' lingering divinity. The sky merely reflected its tracks. The golden blood has not faded. We should respond in kind.
that's one huge harp.
The strings tremble as the people on the surface wage war and cry out. Miss Clementine, Mr. Crateros, and countless others who have heeded Gray's call. Guided by the rainbow, they're sending back good news, all to the same tune.
Amphorians need not bow, even when destiny is unveiled.
I knew you could all hear it too. Standing here, the sky feels wider than ever. It's no longer a towering wall, but a shore within reach. We'll take every name there with us, won't we?
We will.
An epic is shaped by the lives it carries. That much is beyond doubt. Or, as you've said before, right now, all that matters is to believe.
Then, I guess that's my little wish fulfilled. Pluck the strings, Hyacinth, healer of the sky. May the seven-hued melody weave a rainbow, bringing a rosy-fingered dawn to the children of humanity. When the rainbow rises across the horizon, even the darkest clouds of destiny shall. The melody. It's changed. He heard the voices of the people, but could no longer respond with the same ardor. Like a bird drawn home by instinct, it takes flight and finds its way to him.
Want to take some pictures? How does this compare to the ones you've seen before?
You're here. Sooner than I expected. So all along, the Demiurge was you. The pink mammal beside the Trailblazer.
Your classification is pretty spot on, Professor Anax.
Well, the sages of the Grove do call him the Titan with the sharpest...
Say the ones who keep dumping every problem child on me.
They also say that the Titans are way better at raising kids than the Caprists. With great power comes great responsibility. I'm sure you know just how to guide them, right?
It shouldn't be too hard for someone with your insight.
Exactly. All right.
Whoa, this is way more hardcore than the happy-go-lucky stuff at Paperfold University.
The final battle is upon us. See those crystals? This is the task I've tried, but I can't...
The conviction.
In other words, as the hero within his heart, this challenge is practically made for you, isn't it?
is
endless darkness.
But with just a glimmer of light,
What lies beyond the edge of the light?
Chaos. To bear the name Kaslana, one must first plunge into chaos to seek a path for the primordial light.
Beyond the shadows lies the outline of dawn.
only by bearing both light and shadow can one traverse the cycles of dawn and dusk.
It's changed, huh? Just like always.
The light's spreading!
These creatures... Someone...
His very first wish was simply to become his village's little hero. He'll never forget what...
That's the ray of hope. Just like the wishes he gathered, it's grown ever more insatiable.
Why? Why is this happening?
Even the deliverer from the sky must have their beginnings in the soil of the nations. Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny.
He never expected that the majestic holy city would be far from the end of what needed to be protected.
The farther his gaze reached, the more weight he came to bear. But in the end, he couldn't hold on to any of it. This crystal is quiet.
A prisoner in the cave can never truly describe the world in its entirety.
Yet even so, he would still choose to bear it.
The blaze was still not enough. Only by feeding.
The echo in his heart still lingers. Deliverer, take the wish of world-bearing with you first.
We only have half of the mark. Where's the...
Take this. I'll bring you to the next test. That massive tome you're holding must have room for one more scholar, I presume.
Of course. It can hold the whole world.
Then give me a lift, would you? I'd rather save my energy and use the time to think.
Even gods shouldn't skip exercise, you know?
Miss Hyacinth is right.
Then, With the Trailblaze as witness, the stars shall remember how Anaxagoras refuted the gods.
No need for that. Anaxa, scholar of reason. Keeping it simple makes it easier for future minds to question. Go. The closing act is still far ahead. What is this? A conference?
Welcome! Take a seat anywhere you like.
I'm getting a migraine.
It seems like we've been shut out.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Greyfry! You finally made it!
No laws, no opposition. Just a dying beast and the flame-chased spirit of shared hatred. Ugh, boring.
Whoa. This place is really out of the way.
Imperator, should we tell them?
It's your...
Allow me to share our findings. This paradise, along with the destruction, seems to be instinctively rejecting both the Imperator and me. Perhaps it is because the era in which Finan was the most active lies far removed from the days of the first Flame Chase journey. Even in the cycles where he remained sane, his ties with us never went beyond cooperation.
Even trapped in a cage, he hasn't let down his guard. That is a good sign. That man's heart may seem hollow, but his hatred is clear. Naturally, it holds no place for a monarch who stands above the world, nor her blade.
Wait, so you two can't come with us?
You want us to join you as memories?
Indeed. This way, the stars shall remember a great sovereign and her faithful retainer. Saridra, monarch of law, and Hycelins, knight of the ocean.
Is that book truly the only way for us to leave our names in history?
I believe, as I've written, is but one medium. The remembrance has countless ways of capturing time.
Understood. Then, allow me to decline. I'll see you on the battlefield. I would rather be forgotten than be defined. If your words hold true, then we have our own ways.
In that case, let the waves that surge within your heart cleanse the sins of the black tide. The storm sea awaits you.
You two are still as resolute as ever. In that case, we must double our efforts. A promise to the Imperator is not one we take lightly.
Looks like that cured it, huh?
Wanna take some pictures?
Such a tiny pathogen could spawn a calamity that engulfs the entire universe.
No wonder. Look at what's in its belly. Demigods packed in like sardines in a can.
Now, don't lose your temper, Snowy.
Good kids keep their emotions in check.
That voice! It's the Treevee sisters!
Whoa! There's another one!
Over here, too.
Lady Treebeos?
Wow! Your little Reenie? You look so...
She is not the siren. She is the demi... Yeah, but Trian and I can't...
You see, weird stuff keeps popping up everywhere.
These scattered scrolls are full of...
They're so scary, and...
We need to stay here.
Scrolls filled with horrifying.
There is no black tide here. But it is a battlefield, all the same.
Snowy's been fighting this whole time. He doesn't want to be consumed by Iron Tomb and turned into an agent.
But the strength behind his resistance comes from the same hatred.
To be a flame is to burn. It is simply in Finan's nature, but it was remembrance that drove him to shine with golden light, piercing the unfathomable darkness. Miss Odata and...
Nikos 49's command. Inject into...
Ah, that Tin Man is once...
It's time to move on, my child. That god created the cold and different...
Child. And yet, is that not a tragedy?
His inner struggle and the destruction breaking through. They're rising to the surface.
If those thoughts take over this little world, we're in big trouble.
So, we'll use the Century Gate to toss them somewhere no one can see.
Then, we'll defeat the baddies together.
But if Finan and Iron Tomb are already inseparable...
It means he's still bearing the weight of the world, so that everyone can reach the end as a deliverer.
So, you guys keep going forward and down. Little Gray, this time, let's give it everything we...
Only 2 remain on this flame chase journey.
Figures. They're always leading from the front line.
How does this compare to the ones you've seen before? Want to take some pictures?
We're here. The second test site.
I wonder what kind of wish we'll see this time.
I'm afraid it's quite the opposite. This time, we'll face his despair. That's right. You'll have to walk this path too.
The other half of the weight of world-bearing lies at the end of this path. Relax now.
Come on. Let's make...
If you're ready.
Looks like we'll be walking through the darkness this time.
Exactly. It's no but shattering the frozen despair.
The first ripple has faded. And so begins a long and arduous journey.
Endless slaughter. All for nothing.
That's more than anyone should be made to suffer.
Even when it was finally over, all that remained in him was despair.
But even so, the drop of blood wrung from his wrath has guided us here.
We did it, Finan. The other half of world-bearing. As promised. Take it now.
At last, you've released him from the wishes he carried for so long, and quenched the despair kindled by his wrath. When both light and shadow are claimed by those who follow, the blank statue.
That smiling child, and let him come with us.
Totems are gonna eat well tonight. Free stuff is always the best.
My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes.
Might be more my thing. How does this compare to the ones you've seen before?
This spirit basin marks the end of every cycle. It seems this gentle little world has come to the end of its purpose. One last farewell. Farewell, paradise. Sink into gentle. From now on, the world no longer needs a tomorrow and the wish Finan could never find and call his own. Someone's finally stepped into its shadow.
Whoa! So tall! So cool!
It's because he's...
Who are you?
So, but for me, they're already on...
30 million...
Pay it no mind,
It looks just like his dad. It's weird.
Why not?
There are cracks all over. Is he?
How this man, you might think of me as... others may call the...
Regret?
My first creation, I believed it with...
I don't get it.
I won't check. It's as if they... this vessel, the seal... compared to me, may have lived...
Is this your confession, Lord?
You misunderstand.
But since you're troubled by the radiance of these stones, perhaps after 30 million futile cycles, you too have realized you're just as much a...
I suppose you do have a point.
Now you are imprisoned by the sages from beyond the sky.
And that is why this will be my last time standing here as the Theoros.
Though we stand on opposite sides, we are both waiting for a miracle.
What are you talking about? Is something big about to happen? Aggie!
I know. Now that your victory is assured, I trust you won't mind giving us a moment in private?
Assured? Oh. Not quite. But I won't stay long. I'd rather not spoil the fun for those deliverers. And besides, after losing everything, the only thing that remains in me is the drive to seek knowledge.
I pity you, Theoros.
I don't need your pity. Farewell, Lady Goldweaver.
to keep you waiting, Snowy. We're here to take you home.
Home? I don't understand. Isn't this my home?
This isn't a real home. A home should be a warm, cozy place where you can let go of all your burdens and sleep peacefully for a long, long time.
But I can't sleep. Every time I feel drowsy, there's a... You mustn't sleep or disaster will come. It sounds really weak, but also kind of strict.
It won't disturb your sleep anymore, child. For countless nights, you had no other choice. But now, your mission has come to an end. Join us, and send your own wish towards tomorrow.
My wish. What could it be?
You don't have to come up with an answer right now, child. Grown-ups often think duty and ideals are wishes. But a true wish should be the purest, most beautiful thing of all. It can only take form in the hands of someone who is truly free.
So, Snowy, will you come with us to chase after your own wish?
I want to leave this place. I want to go find it.
I'm glad to hear it.
The final flame chase journey, just like the 30 million before it. Take our hands and come with us.
Where did little Fine and Shadow run off to?
Look, he's already gone ahead to embrace his death.
You really took the long way around.
Well, now everyone's here.
You finally arrived, Deliverers.
Long time no see, everyone.
I'm glad to hear that.
And even though we've met before, it's still moving to see her seed bloom like this.
Woven from remembrance, this garment gleams so brilliantly. Just like the future, we will now weave together for Amphorius.
We've reached the end.
Yeah. We just have to go through the final passage. Snowy has already gone ahead.
What lies behind that door?
The first seal upon Iron Tomb was a battlefield, raised from the bones of Finan himself.
The second seal was a reflection of his inner desires, his wishes, and his despair.
A path he wove together with regret, wrath, and sighs.
When all this is gone, what will he have left to hold back the destruction?
The answer is all but revealed.
His traces are everywhere. You can even hear distant heartbeats. But one thing is missing.
His sense of self.
The world believed Kefili had long since perished, but they held fast, anchored by a sliver of self, standing for 1,000 years to shelter all life from the Black Tide. What Finan is doing now is no different. And what we must do is also no different.
Then let remembrance burn bright like a shooting star, and once more, pierce the long night of slumber. Take a moment to gather yourself. Once you take this step, there's no turning back.
Sairi, how about a soothing glass of goat milk floral tea?
First new spore. Welcome.
Don the raiment of romance and move toward that defining moment. The scepter once bestowed upon us names of cold command.
The prophecy spoke of our unchanging fates time and time again.
But under the pens of trailblazing and Genesis, the stars shall thus sing of tomorrow. Trebios, holy child of passage. Aglaia, weaver of romance.
At the journey's end, they shall bathe in gold once more.
Through myriad passages, until all that was lost is reclaimed.
Do you still remember, Kaslana? The one who won't reach the dawn? The world dissipates at the end of the cycle. In this dream, you will awaken again. Become once more that boy who loved to laugh. But if you open your eyes and look back on yesterday, you'll see Destiny's footprints, clear as day. At last, the raging fire of hatred is swept away by a breeze, leaving only love to remember the passage of time. Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey. But even if all is lost to the wind, memory endures.
Here, all that was once futile finally comes to fruition. This is the end of your lonely, bitter journey.
The Scepter's mainframe, and Iron Tomb's breeding ground. Finally seeing its true form.
It's red everywhere, and the atmosphere is super creepy.
That would be the erudition's coldness. But it will soon be engulfed by the destruction's heat.
Mr. Scrollum!
This world's insides are finally connected to the outside. This is the moment when Amphorius is closest to the cosmos. Nicely done, little ones.
With Stephen Lloyd and his hacker friends here, the Scepter's block protocol will no longer take effect. The speed of time within Amphorius has finally been synced with that of the real universe.
In other words, it's time for the decisive battle.
We will guide the fate of the cosmos onto the right track.
That's the spirit? Remember to keep at it. You lot are the vanguards of this battle. Everyone's watching.
There's one more thing that everyone should know. Noose has cast their gaze upon Amphorius. The calculated instant is coming. The outcome of this battle will become a new anchor for the erudition's computations.
Gaze didn't overload the Scepter?
Unfortunately, we have to go with this reasonable assumption. The birth of Iron Tomb had always been within that eon's calculations.
But don't worry. The one miracle that Amphorius was never short on is defeating Destiny, no?
Yup. Let's show the Eon how powerful we are.
Good luck, all of you.
As the ruler of planet Skrulum, I wish all of you victory.
It's not hard to imagine that Akivili and their companions must have also stood on the precipice of many similar crises before. Perhaps the cosmos is much more fragile But in the end, everything will turn into memories, converging into a collection of fables about the stars. The difference this time is that the protagonists are daring to write their own stories. Explore, understand, establish, and
Salvation.
it is a word that often comes knocking. So, the entire cosmos will be your traveling companion.
Make sure you watch your footing, friend. Let us walk through the final page of this.